Hi guys, it's Olivia and welcome back to Liv Studies. So I just want to thank you for all the support on my first video. I didn't really know how it was going to go, but I think that most of you liked it. So I recently did a poll on my Instagram story, make sure to follow liv_studies_official, and this video was what got the most votes. So today I'm going to be doing my 5 top tips for last minute revision. Now, of course, you shouldn't just be doing last minute revision, but sometimes circumstances force you to, or you might only get told about a test 1 or 2 days before the test, so some of these tips might be useful for that. So yeah, I hope you enjoy and let's get on to the video. So tip number 1, you have to prioritise. So if you're only told about a test 1 or 2 days before the actual test, you're probably not going to have time to go over everything that you've covered, so you need to make a list of your strengths and weaknesses. So I've made an example here. You can just write the subject at the top and then do your strengths on one side and your weaknesses on the other side, and you need to be able to pick out both to effectively do the revision. So then you can work on your weakest areas first and then go over your strengths, because you're more likely to remember your strengths in the actual exam. And you do need to do this for last minute revision, because otherwise you're just not going to get through everything and you're going to miss out some of your weaker areas that you need to focus on more than your strengths. So tip number 2, you cannot procrastinate the revision. So for those of you that don't know what procrastinate means, to procrastinate is to delay or postpone an action. So you're basically just putting it off. And if you only have 1 or 2 days to prepare for an exam, putting it off is something that you really don't want to be doing, because you'll just get more and more closer to the exam and you're just going to end up not doing any revision at all. And if you're someone that needs to revise for an exam, this is not going to be good, because you're just not going to do anything, and then you're not going to do well in the exam, which is probably not what you want. So to stop procrastinating, you can do things such as make a study timetable or just do revision the same time every day, so that you know that you have to do it and you're more likely to want to do it because you've placed the things that you want to do around it, or you've placed your study around what you want to do. So therefore you have time to do everything and you're not just going to be wasting time by trying to put off the revision instead. Tip number 3, you have to put your phone away. I don't care if you've got streaks to send to people or you need to check up on their Instagram stories, and by need I mean want to, because you don't need to do it. If you put your phone away and not just out of sight, you'll have much more effective revision, because you won't just be checking your phone every 5 seconds and then your brain will remember your actual revision instead of what you've been looking at on Snapchat. If you put your phone away for an hour or even half an hour, it will make a big difference to revision and you'll be able to concentrate more, and you'll definitely see results when you get into the exam. Putting your phone away for an hour or half an hour is not going to ruin your social life, so just think about it and make a difference to your revision. Tip number 4, you have to practice. A night or 2 before your exam, you're not going to have time to just revise through your notes or something like that, and that's not really effective revision anyway if you're just reading through big chunks of information. And you're probably not going to have time to make flashcards effectively in the way that I explained in the last video. So there are websites that you can use such as Quizlet or BBC Bitesize, which already have flashcards, summarised information that you can look at, and it's been created by other people, so you don't even have to do it yourselves. Doing practice questions a night or 2 before the exam is also really useful, because you'll be able to practice actual questions that might come up, and then you'll be able to remember them and the way to answer them if they come up in the exam. So practice questions can be a lot more useful than just reading through notes, because you're actually using the skills that you're going to need in the exam, and you're also using information that you're going to need in it as well. Tip number 5, take breaks and sleep well. If you take breaks, your body is able to process all the information that you've gone through, and you also need to have a good night's sleep so that your brain can process it all as a whole. Now, the amount of breaks that you take is independent to each person, so some people do an hour of revision and then take a 15-minute break, and then another hour, and then so on. And then some people do 20 minutes, then a 5-minute break, then another 20 minutes, then another 5-minute break, and then so on like that. So it's just independent as to what type of learner you are. And then having a good night's sleep is really important. If you're up till all hours of the morning revising, you're not going to remember it all, and you're going to be too tired in the exam to actually remember anything. And you cannot pile it all on you because you're not going to remember it all. And if you want to do effective revision, you just need to take breaks and sleep well. So I hope this video has been useful for you. They were my 5 top tips for last minute revision, and if you've got any more to share with the viewers, then you can comment them down below. Also comment down below any future video ideas you have. Smash a big thumbs up if you're going to use this for effective last minute revision, and make sure to subscribe so you can see any future videos. Also make sure to follow me on Instagram. It's live_studiesofficial, and I'll link it down in the description box down below. I'll also link down some Quizlet and BBC Bitesize links so that you can get them. And overall, I just hope this video has been useful for you, and I'll see you next video, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye!